Hello everybody and welcome to Jumputi Heroes News. My name is Scarface King. We've got a few things planned for this week that I'm going to try so desperately to get on top of. Fingers crossed for me, am I right? There's some videos, there's some stuff I want to do in a database. I actually wanted to make a video talking about the database. I also want to do some Stardust Shooter summons, and of course we're going to have this event coming up that I want to talk about, which we'll be talking about in this video. So, the Katekyo Hitman Reborn Feature Festival. I'm sure long-time viewers of the channel, if there are any of you still out there, will be aware I am quite a big fan of this series. And I had said a long time ago that if we ever got another Suna, that I would try and get him, and I would try and get him to 12, 12, 12. And, well, we have a new Suna, and I'm going to try and get him to 12, 12. Well, it's not a matter of trying, it's just a matter of doing. I'm going to spend all my rubies. That's it. I'm going to spend all my rubies, I'm going to feed this with jewels, and boom, he's 12, 12, 12. Luckily for me, he's fucking amazing. So, we'll talk about that in a sec. Let's talk about the event. Some characters may be missing that we expected to see there. Some characters that I thought maybe would be safe for another event. And I don't know. It's let's go through it. Okay, let's go through it. For a start, we have a Twitter campaign. These have become quite common, where they do a Twitter campaign for the new limited or whichever new characters, and 10 random people who retweet will win. Make sure you retweet this tweet if you haven't already, and if I've got this video up in time. So make sure you get this out, and you never know, you could be one of the lucky 10. So far, I don't think anybody in our little community, in the OCHD, in the Jumputi Discord, all that stuff, I don't think I've seen anybody win one of these. Not even like the standard gacha characters, which had a high, I think it was like maybe 20 people, something like that, and there was 4 of them, so it was like 80 people would have won something. I don't think I saw anybody get that. I don't think I saw anybody get the last couple of limiteds that had this, and I don't think, well, I mean, we'll see what happens with Suna. We'll see what happens. The login bonus is pretty standard stuff, but you also get Goku Dera Hayato for free. I didn't really think about this, but the reason they've done this is essentially because if you're new to the game and you are joining because you are a fan of Katekyo Hitman Reborn, you wouldn't be able to get Goku Dera Hayato for quite some time, because you need to hit a certain number of max luck characters in order to unlock him in the friend point gacha. So you wouldn't be able to get him for a considerable amount of time. Now you can do that, so you'll at least have that one copy, and then you can work on getting the others later, which is a nice touch from them. And you also get the Reborn gacha tickets, which let you summon on this gacha here. I've seen people get more luck from these than others. I've seen some people be very lucky on the tickets each event, and then I've seen some people just get silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold. It's okay, actually, silver and gold, when the characters are that series, like, special evolution character. For example, in the Yu Yu Hakusho event, if you got copies of Kuwabara, you'd be getting him up in skill level, up in luck, because he goes up to 6-star now. So getting dupes of him wouldn't actually be that bad. Getting dupes of Botan, on the other hand, was horrible. But with this event, you don't have to worry, because it's just the standard 3-star, 4-star gacha pool. And so it's probably all going to be garbage. You might get a couple of characters if you're lucky. And if you get a 5-star, you got to cross your fingers that it is not version 1 Reborn or version 1 Suna. To be fair, version 1 Reborn has aged quite well. Version 1 Suna hasn't really. He's not bad, he's usable. It's just, like, compared to some of the other blue characters there are, even from his era, he's not great. And Reborn even completely is just so much better, because he serves a specific purpose. But it doesn't matter, because we've got a new Suna, and he's awesome. So we have a community event recently they've been, with the community events, they've kind of just been, I don't know, like, you don't want to say they've been lazy, but it's felt a bit lazy because we've been having more and more community events, but they've almost all been fill up the bar, everyone gets a multi-ticket, and we fill it up in like 2 days and then that's it. I feel like they could do a lot more with this, like have like stretch goals of like getting, you know, higher rewards, but we've got to do like way bigger numbers, or smaller goals to help out the beginner players, like little evolvers and books and stuff like that. I mean, I guess they don't have to do that every event, but I don't know, the community events have definitely felt lazy recently. That's just me. That's just my opinion. The daily event, which is pretty much, it's the same every event. It's the same every event. The only time it's different is when it drops a specific character from a mission or something. This is just going to be standard fare, exactly the same as the Yu Yu Hakusho one that's on right now. Now, the Lambo event is at least somewhat unique. You will get a copy of Lambo from missions, and you'll be able to farm his evolvers, but his actual stage to farm copies of him won't unlock until a little bit later. And then, by that point, you'll already have him 6-star, you'll feed the dupes, and you'll get him up to max luck, max skill. I have a feeling this might be a new way they're going to try and do beginner kind of stages when they add them. This is not explicitly a beginner stage. I think it's a little bit harder than that. I think it's transcendent. But I guess the idea would be if somebody's new to the game and they can clear this stage, the game wants to force you into getting all the materials to evolve Lambo and then evolve Lambo before you start feeding copies to make sure you get max skill and max luck without just feeding copies as waste. We have this event, which is a points store event. Again, I feel like they could be a bit more creative with the stores, but you know, it's nitpicking because when you consider how much content they have to pump out in order to keep, you know, no game is releasing this many characters, no game. So I can forgive them this one little gripe, but the store is going to have a Katekyo Hitman Reborn ticket in it, which, oh boy, I can't wait to definitely pull a Katekyo Hitman Reborn character with that. But I'll also have jewel fragments and ticket fragments, which I'm going to need the jewel fragments, I'm not going to lie, because I'm going to be using a lot of jewels during this event. Now down here, we have Dino. The reason this is kind of big is because I quite like Dino. I'm happy he's being added to the game, and I got the impression he was a somewhat popular character within the community, within the Katekyo Hitman Reborn fanbase, but he was kind of completely unexpected. I mean, we saw some information ahead of time of what to expect from this event, and what it really looked like was mostly the battle between Vongola and Varia, and then one-off a battle between Byakuran and Suna. And I didn't really see there being room for somebody like Dino, simply because, you know, you've got all these Varia characters, you've got, they obviously have all these Guardians that they want to fit in. I mean, there's so many characters at play there, and even in, you know, in the case of Byakuran versus Suna, they could have added characters in surrounding that fight. Instead, they've just thrown out Dino. I don't necessarily hate this idea, though. I love him being added, and it leaves room to add more stuff later down the line. We also have Squall, who we absolutely expected to come. The only weird thing about Squall is they kind of they probably felt like they had to make Squall blue, because blue is Aqua. So they had to make him blue, but the character that's going to counter him is going to be Yamamoto, most likely. So Yamamoto, even though his entire moveset is based around water, is probably going to be a Thunder type, which is strange, but again, you can't put too much weight on what the types mean and stuff, because it's not that important. I'm happy with these two events. They're going to be easy 99 luck characters, and I mean, most of the time the Transcendents aren't that good, but they'll serve some kind of use as a support at least, or if you're lucky as a frontline. I don't know what else to say really. I mean, it's kind of weird to me that that's it from that arc, because it really felt like they could have put in Levy, they could have put in is it Marmon or Viper? There's a lot of characters they could have put in, and I even thought some kind of challenge stage / I don't know, Unity battle, something like that with Golem Mosca, and then you could keep that model you used for Golem Mosca, use that in a later battle when you wanted to add Spanner or someone like that, because the Golem Mosca obviously played a role in this arc, and they played a role in the future arc, so there's things you could have done there. I feel like they didn't do them. I'm not trying to be like overly critical. I am very happy Katekyo Hitman Reborn finally has an event. But you know how it is when you're waiting for something for so long. You're bound to have a little bit of like, oh, but I would have done it this way. I would have done it that way, you know. So it's completely fine. I'm happy they're here. I'm happy I'll be able to get to 99 luck. And we have Akron. Now, chances are this event is going to be quite difficult. That doesn't. I'm not saying it's going to be like unbeatable or anything, but based on the new gimmick, which there's more details further down the post, but I'll talk about it now. Suna's new gimmick is that if a character has an ultimate attack damage boost, he can absorb it, and when he absorbs it using his ultimate attack, that means he removes it from them and he gives it to himself. And the stipulations for this is it has to be the highest ultimate attack damage buff applied to that character, and it has to be a non-permanent ultimate attack damage buff. At least I think that's right. Anyway, so what that means is Akron is probably going to boost his ultimate attack damage, which seemingly puts you in a situation where he's going to build up to an ultimate attack, and then if he hits you with it and you don't have Suna, you'll probably die. So it's going to be one of those things where maybe you can kill him quickly, maybe there's another way around it. There's almost always another way around it, not just use the limited. But if you played the Kenshin event, that event on Catastrophe difficulty was not unbeatable by any means, but was incredibly tricky. I could not do it with the setups that I had. But then getting carried by two people that had Hiko Seijiro, it was essentially a formality. Once I realised what they wanted me to do, just set the two Hikos up, it was very simple. And I dare say it would be quite similar on this stage. If his main gimmick is going to be making your bubbles ineffective and boosting his own ultimate attack damage, using two Sunas would make this event most likely a formality. You would just stop him from doing any damage on his ultimate attacks and just rinse him. We'll see if that's actually the case. But to all the people that don't have Suna, probably if you are having trouble with this event when it comes out, look for some people in co-op or in the Discord or whatever that do have Suna, and they might be able to carry you. Xanthus is coming back. We could have had a V2 Xanthus, but I think this event is kind of on the smaller side, so there wasn't really any room for that, which is fine. And here is the limited Suna, who looks amazing. He looks amazing. I'm very happy. I'm very happy he's good. I'm very happy I'm going to be able to pull him. And, you know, it was difficult holding off pulling on Hiko, because A, Hiko is very good in game. B, I love Hiko as a character. And C, he had a very nice sprite and ultimate attack animation. That was hard for me. But I held off, and here we are. I might have actually done some pulls for Hiko, but I didn't do 9, which was what I was tempted to do because I had a load of rubies saved up. And I was right to do so, because here he is. Now, the only problem with this is I kind of intend to bankrupt my account on this event, on all my rubies, simply because I've been saving up for a long time. You know, I bought those daily packs and all this stuff, and I've been buying packs here and there. You know, I bought the on the Yu Yu Hakusho event, I bought the ticket pack, so I got Mukuro and I got some rubies. And I did no pulls. I did no pulls in that event other than free tickets. And just with some of the events, I have just been kind of trying to not pull. But this event, we're going ham on Suna. We're definitely getting Suna. Because he is guaranteed on the 9th multi. But, okay, obviously you're getting an amazing new unit. Obviously, he's, you know, I'll do 9 multis, I'll feed him the jewels, he'll be sick. But they have changed how they do the other gacha, which we'll talk about in a bit. But you can see the details I talked about there with the ultimate attack damage boost. The thing about this is, I think some people are a bit disgruntled about what Hiko and Suna have done to certain teams in PvP, because, you know, you can have a certain strategy and suddenly Suna and Hiko will take that strategy. They'll be using your strategy against you just by attacking you and stealing your buffs off of you. I don't know necessarily what it's going to mean for the PvP meta, because yes, obviously people are going to want Suna, but it's only a couple of weeks till the anniversary. The anniversary is end of March. So we'll probably get like countdown and bonus information about a week before that. So we're talking like about 2 weeks from now, something like that. Realistically, what do we know about the anniversary? We know that last year we got 2 limited characters, we got 2 catastrophe events, and we got a bunch of free events. So there were only 2 gacha units last year. This year, I'm going to do a predictions video on what I expect to see. You know, what things we might get. But the one thing we can say that most people are in agreement on, based on the leaked information we have, based on the general feeling of what content we've had come out so far this year, and what we expect to come out, it looks a lot like we are going to get Vegito or Super Vegito for the anniversary, for the 2nd anniversary. So, if that is indeed the case, I would imagine that of all characters to be added to the game, they would want him to be super fucking powerful. There's every chance that he's going to be a different color, or sorry, a different version of, say, a Suna or a Hiko. Maybe he'll absorb damage reduction buffs, maybe he'll absorb recovery, I don't know, like, there's a few different things they could do, but I would make the argument that it would be very strange for Vegito to have that ability when he is inevitably going to be fighting with Boo, and that ability would suit Boo way better, but it would be way too powerful to give to a free unit. So it's a weird balance, I would say. But I have a feeling Vegito is going to be very powerful, and he's going to be desired by a lot of players. So just bear in mind that even if this does break PvP and makes it so easy for anybody that has Suna, which I don't think would be the case, PvP it's not technically PvP, you're playing against bots at the end of the day, although there is a ranking, but unless you care about the ranking, you'll still be able to do, you'll be able to get your rewards, you'll be able to finish top of the tower, whatever, if you try. And he could only be the best unit at doing what he does for like 2 weeks, and then someone else can come along and smash them out. So just some things to bear in mind. Now, we have Unity Battle Akron, which this one I was a little bit not upset about, but you know, just kind of disappointed. Disappointed, I guess is the word. Because you could have made anybody the Unity Battle. You could have made it anybody, and you've made it Akron, who is already the other stage, the Catastrophe. They probably would say, hey, you know, Annie's coming up, like, give us a break. Fair enough. But I just feel like, you know, say for example, so we have Hibari Kyoya, who count as a no one, and I'm guessing he's going to counter Dino, because if I remember correctly, Dino trained him at one point. I could be wrong on that, but I believe Dino trained him, so maybe Hibari counters Dino, Yamamoto counters Squall, Suna counters Byakuran, and Mukuro counters no one, but he might have similar abilities to one of the other characters, so he can counter one of the other events. What I would say is, if you were gonna do it this way, you could have easily chosen a character to make farmable from Reborn to put in the store. The only thing I might say is they sometimes choose the Unity battles because they know the... How can I put this? Like, people... If you make Aizen a Unity battle, people are going to spend souls on Aizen. If you make Uvagin a Unity battle, people are going to spend on Uvagin. If you make a Tobe a Unity... Well, they didn't really do that, I think, in the end, did they? But, like, you get the idea. I don't know if they had a character from Katekyo Hitman Reborn that necessarily fit that without being worth turning into a gacha unit, because it's a smaller series in terms of scale of popularity compared to like a Dragon Ball or whatever. You find yourself in a situation where Rokudo Mukuro, who could have easily been a limited or a catastrophe event, is instead a standard gacha unit. And Hibari Kyoya, who again could even have been a limited unit or a semi-limited gacha sort of thing, he's a standard gacha unit because it's a smaller popularity series, so they kind of have to, even the bigger names end up being standard gacha. That being said, well, we'll talk about my expectations for the gacha that kind of went wrong, but I'm happy to get Uni as a Legend Summon. I did predict on Twitter beforehand that we would get a Legend Summon, but it would be... wait, who the fuck did I say it would be? Oh, my mind's gone blank. I forgot what I said it would be. Which arc would it have been from? Oh, I said it would be Vongola Primo, and that was wrong. But that would have made sense, and it's from literally the same part of the story. So I was close. But Uni makes sense, I guess, if you're never... I mean, they might make her into a unit eventually, but I don't know. We have a defeat Byakuran Battle Ready Gacha. Listen, if you don't care about Katekyo Hitman Reborn, and you don't care about what we could potentially get for Annie, and you just want some good units, this is 4 great units. Especially Aimi, who is fantastic. This might be worth throwing 500 at, I gotta be honest. If you have any of them, then maybe not, but like, if you don't have any of these units, a cheeky 500 I don't think would hurt you on this banner. Especially if you can get Ayami, who is incredible. And then we have the Katekyo Hitman Reborn Tower Boost. Again, standard stuff, but there aren't that many Katekyo Hitman Reborn units, so there's not that many characters getting boosted. So anybody who doesn't pull Suna is not going to have a fun time next week. I'm just saying. Tower next week is not going to be cool. And then we got the new Heroes Gacha. We don't have the full details on this gacha yet, actually. I just made assumptions based on what the last event looked like. However, we have these 4 characters on this banner. One of them you might recognize as the original version 1 Reborn. That's because it is him. And that's what makes me think this third multi will not be a guaranteed pickup unit. It will be a guaranteed Katekyo Hitman Reborn unit. And in that way, on the first multi, you get it for 500 rubies. On the second multi, you get it for 750. On the third multi, you will get either Rokudo Mukuro, Hibari Kyoya, Yamamoto Takeshi, Sawada Tsunayoshi version 1, or Reborn version 1. But then, for the 4th and 5th multi, it will only be Yamamoto Takeshi, Hibari Kyoya, Rokudo Mukuro. So they did this with the Yu Hakusho gacha, and I wasn't a fan of it, and I was really hoping that this one would go back to the side gacha. But in events where they only had 3 gacha units, I guess they've just... Well, I mean, I don't even know. It might just be like moving forward, they don't want to do the side gacha. But I loved the side gacha in the Hokuto no Ken event. I kind of wish they did that here. It basically means that I am guaranteed to get one of these 3 units, because I'm going to do enough pulls to guarantee I get one of these 3 units. And from there, it's all RNG. It's all RNG. It could take me 500, 1,000, 1,000,000 rubies to get all 3 characters, and I do want all 3. We're gonna play it by ear because I don't have that many rubies. I have enough that I should be able to get them all, but I don't necessarily have enough to guarantee it. So, also speaking of which, the gacha I did say I talk about my expectations. Sasagao Ryohei, nowhere to be seen. Chrome Dukuro, nowhere to be seen. And even with, like, I thought Rokudo Mukuro would be saved and he would be a Dark Hero Limited later, just due to his sheer popularity. Same with Hibari Kyoya, he could have been, I mean, maybe not a limited, but like a I don't know, like a semi-limited one-off boost gacha or something like that. But he's not. And I don't know, it's all a bit strange, isn't it? It's all a bit strange. I had my hopes and expectations for this event. I'm happy I got what I got. You know, I'm not going to hate on what I didn't get not being there. I'm happy I got what I got, and there was even a nice surprise of seeing. We saw Uni, we saw Dino, and I didn't expect Rokudo Mukuro. I kind of thought Hibari would probably maybe be in there, but I definitely didn't expect Rokudo Mukuro would make it in. I thought it would 100% be Chrome. I guess they could just save Chrome for like a, I don't know, like a Valentine's event, something like that. But yeah, it is what it is. And then we have the ticket packs, which are interesting because I always say if you're gonna spend money on this game, the best sales you can get are the daily packs normally, because they are the best value for money, like pound per ruby or whatever. Whatever the value is of those packs is normally way better than these ones. But if you've got some extra cash and an event like this comes along where you just want to get one new good unit and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a good pack. You know, you pay 3,060 yen, you get 750 rubies and a guaranteed new unit. If you ever get this come up and it's like the Yu Yu Hakusho event where the first pack was all new units and the second one was all old units, even if one of those units is amazing, like for example Hiei in the Yu Yu Hakusho one is an amazing unit, don't buy those packs. It's a waste of money. Those units you could pull on any 5-star ticket. These guys won't be available in standard 5-star tickets for at least another, like, not another year, but like another 10, 11 months, something like that. So, if, you know, they might pique your interest, there might be a good one in there. I think that pack's worth. This pack, I don't know, it's okay, I guess. You know, it's the yen to ruby ratio is not awful, but the added bonus of the dying will bullet, all this is the legendary books essentially. It just levels your character up to max. It doesn't say anything about skill level anywhere. If it was skill level also, that would be incredible, but like I said, I couldn't find it anywhere saying it said anything about skill level. It just says character level max. So, I don't know. I don't think that's much of a bonus, but it, you know, maybe it is to you. Maybe it is to you. And then we have the new friendship combos. We seem to be getting new friendship combos every event, and the only characters that seem to be off limits are the limited characters. So I don't hate this, you know. The bonuses you get for them are quite small anyway, so it's just a nice little thing to work towards, I guess. I kind of wish they'd do more, like they've added this one, it's got 2 gacha units and a free unit. They could have added 2 and had like 1 gacha unit and a free, like say for example, you could have had Yamamoto and Squall, and it could have been like the 2 water sword fighters, and then you could have had Dino and Hibari, which was like a master student combo. I would have done it that way, but they're doing their thing, so it's whatever. Like the boost is small anyway, so it's fine. And that's basically it from this event. I'll have more to talk about in a video coming up later at some point. My predictions for the anniversary, and you know, we're closing year 2, and we're going to start year 3 very soon. And I'm also going to have other videos, like I said. I've got to do something for the 6th anniversary of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Shooters. I've got enough diamonds to do 10 multis on the new Giorno. Or there is another unit coming out soon. So we'll see. I think I'm going to go on the Giorno. I don't know. And we're also... What else are we doing? I said I'd do a video kind of talking about the database and plans for what we're going to be doing with that. I'll do a video on that. And yeah, just lots of stuff. Lots of stuff coming. I'm going to be working on it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.